Devin Smeltzer was excellent for the Minnesota Twins in the first game of their doubleheader in Cleveland against the Guardians today. These two teams very tight in the division race, a big series. Twins won Monday evening big. Smeltzer did his best to put the team on his shoulders in this one, pitched a great game. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, 9 strikeouts. Smeltzer, not the biggest strikeout guy in Cleveland, the hardest team in baseball to strike out. So, of course, he gets 9 strikeouts in this one. What else would you expect out of baseball? And as you can see, Smeltzer showing a lot of emotion. He was really fun to watch at 12 swinging strikes. The only run he allowed was on this quote-unquote double. Communication, I don't know what was going on there. Lollygagging, I'm not sure, but Max Kepler's got to catch this ball. I think he maybe thought an infielder was coming in to get that, or I'm not sure what happened, but just can't let that happen. And the lineup only scored 2 runs in this one. You'll see Alberto Celestino getting an RBI triple. Nice to see out of him. That scored Jose Miranda. And then Carlos Correa, my goodness, with the bat speed here. Wow. Just crushes this one to put the Twins up in the top of the 8th inning, 2-1. Should have kind of been a huge moment for this game, but unfortunately this game got Pagáned. Emilio Pagán walked the first 2 batters he faced, and then they both scored on this single, and the Twins ended up losing 3-2. Switching over to the box score here, it's going to be tough for the Twins to win games when they're only scoring 2 runs. They struck out 11 times. They were 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, so certainly the lineup could have done better, but Pagán, gosh, just awful. Just cannot trust this guy at all. With walking too, and he got a 12.5 walk percentage so far this year. That's almost double of his walk rate from last year. He's a guy who gives up a high rate of home runs, Pagán is, but the walks just have to stop. They cannot happen. Luckily, we didn't even have to wait a day. Baseball is so great with the turnarounds usually. We had another game today, so we could see the Twins kind of redeem themselves. Luis Arraez got him off to a great start, hitting this 2-out triple to score Carlos Correa all the way from first. And then some nice news in between games. Jorge Polanco was activated off the injured list. He'd had a back injury, and he homered in the 3rd inning here. So it looks like he's looking healthy. I'm filing this one under the too cute category. The Twin, I'm not sure what the actual play was here. A safety squeeze is what it kind of looked like, but I don't think Celestino or Miranda are the guys that, if you really want to make that play, that you're going to try to make it with. Miranda's more of a guy I trust to do this kind of stuff. He blasted a fastball above the zone at 95 out, a Correa-esque home run there. And then Byron Buxton hits his 20th home run of the season late in this one to give the Twins a 6-0 lead, and that's what they won by. 20 home runs already. Wow. As you can see, pretty much everybody was awesome. Correa didn't have a hit, but he had 3 walks in this one. Tons of multi-hit performances. Josh Winder, so great to see him back up with the Twins. Delivered 6 shutout innings, and then Duffy pitched a shutout inning, and then Yovani Moran struck out 2 in 2 perfect innings. That would be a huge boost if he can get his footing. He's got to throw strikes. He's got to avoid walks, and he did that today. So nice to see the Twins bounce back and win that game, too. Can move on a bit from that Game 1 loss, but I got to clean that up. St. Paul, let's take a look at Spencer Steer playing third base. This is a beautiful play that he makes here in the 7th inning. Kind of a ball that took a quick hop and almost got by him, but he makes the play, fires over to first. Good arm on Spencer Steer. In the top of the 8th, he gets credited with an error for this, but kind of a crazy hop, if you ask me. Would have been a nice play, again, over his head, that hop. But kind of want to show you both sides of the spectrum. He's up in AAA making a lot of noise, and a lot of people are wondering about his defense. But not a good night for the Saints, as you saw there. They lost big. Not a whole lot going on offensively. Jake Cave had a double and a home run, though. Derek Rodriguez started. He didn't pitch especially well, and then the bullpen kind of kept getting beat up a bit. A 11-run given up by the Saints pitching staff, and things weren't as good, even better in Wichita, unfortunately, but they got off to a great start. Matt Wallner got hit by a pitch, and Edouard Julien shoots this double perfectly placed down the line. And Austin Martin is kind of what we're leading up to. I want to just mention he stays back on this ball, puts a nice opposite field 2-run single. Again, to get Wichita off to a very nice start in this game. And then his next plate appearance, Austin Martin draws a walk, And then he has over 20 stolen bases this year, so he's a guy you're going to pay quite close attention to at first base. And they try to pick him off, and the ball gets thrown away. So, not a stolen base, but, that's an extra base he created by being, a stolen base threat, a speedy guy. And then he comes around to score on this Chris Williams single. That put Wichita 4-1, but they could not hold on to that lead again. Their bullpen also had a very rough game. They lose 12-8. And again, plenty of offensive highlights to show. Austin Martin drew 3 walks in addition to getting that 2-run single. But again, the pitching was rough. Out of the bullpen, Andrew Cabezas and Jordan Gore both really got filleted tonight, pretty much. Rough to see out of those guys. Cabezas had been pitching pretty well since his promotion, but we'll look for better days out of them. The Colonels game ended up getting suspended, but Christian Encarnacion-Strand hit this massive home run. I think that was his 17th home run of the year for Cedar Rapids. So they'll pick this game up tomorrow with Cedar Rapids leading 5-0. Again, thanks in part to that Encarnacion-Strand home run. And in Fort Myers, the Mighty Muscles lost 2-0. Not a whole lot going on there. Keone Cavaco had the team's only extra base hit, a double. Travis Adams started this one for Fort Myers and pitched good, but not great. Only 1 earned run over 5 innings, but walked 3 and struck out 3. So they lost 2-0. Thanks for checking this out. Come on back tomorrow.